Hi everybody, this is David Wilkes, and this is just an update video. I'm not even going to edit it. It's just going to be on the fly, an update of this trailer build for a customer of mine. This is an Atlantic Marine trailer, and I specified certain features on it, and then I picked it up in Miami from Atlantic Marine Trailers, brought it back to my shop here in South Carolina, and adding a lot of custom touches to it. So I'm just going to kind of drop down on some of the things that we've done to this trailer to make it a little different and a little custom for my customer. And if you got any questions, put a comment down below. Some of the things you might notice is I've added the Hydrostar electric over hydraulic actuator. This MC Tuning junction box has the ability to run their sealed 7-way cable that's going down to my test box right there. This has an O-ring in it, and I just dropped that screw on the floor. I'll have to remember where that is. This has got an O-ring in it. I've added a switch. The switch allows, if it's plugged up to the truck, to turn on these lights right here. I have one light mounted down here. Hopefully, so no one steps on the brake line. You know, it's kind of in the way a little bit. I've added the grip tape, as you notice on all these top surfaces. I mean, how many times you step on your trailer to get into the back of the truck, you know, or you're at the boat ramp, and you've got to walk down the trailer, and these rails get real slippery if your feet are wet. So I've got grip tape on both sides all the way down, so whether you or someone that's helping you needs to walk the boat down or walk the boat up, you don't have any problems with slipping. Added more grip tape here going across. I haven't put anything here yet because we still have more to come. Once I get the boat on the trailer, I'll have the V-stop support that will go right here. And then I'm also looking at building a custom ladder. So again, this space here and this winch stand will most likely have to get moved. But in here, I have a power light right here. So when the trailer's plugged into the vehicle, and the power comes in here through the black wire, it will distribute power to this light, so it'll show that you've got a good connection. 9 times out of 10, the connections or the braking system or the lighting system, when it malfunctions or isn't working, is simply because there's a bad ground path. So we've got a ground going directly from the harness in the truck to the electric over hydraulic actuator. Also, all the lights are all grounded to the trailer itself. So you can see even here, everything's been heat shrunk, covered in snake skin, and then heat shrunk again. Once again, all of these are color coded. Now, I'm not following your typical trailer lighting color code. I'm following the color code that comes with the new late model 7-way plugs, which isn't typically, yellow is your left and green is your right on the trailer world for boats, but RV plugs, 7-ways, and brake actuator systems are completely different. So it's wired up for that, and each one of these is marked specifically with their color codes. MC Tuning has this, and this is a great sealed box. It's got an O-ring inside of it, makes it a weatherproof connection, and each one of these wires that's going in and out has their own grommets, and they're sealed. So we got dual lights up here. They can be moved around depending on how necessary it is to get your light for backup. Again, the switch will allow you to turn them on, so if you're sitting there and you're not in reverse, it helps out. We've got the Grand General Beehive 10 LED lights, which give a great reflection on the frame. All of the wiring has been redone, and it's all silver tinned copper wire. We got the wires are all up on the top. If you look in here, we've got stainless steel brake lines. I put a coil in it that reduces the shock to the brakes. Walking back here, you can see we got rock lighting inside the fender well area. Extremely bright. As you can see, it lights up that brake caliper really well. So at night, if you need to check your brakes or check your hubs, you can see very, very easily if you've got any leakage. Walk back out here. Now I think I've done this. I'm the first in the industry to ever do this. Today, outboard motors cost a fortune. They're really expensive, upwards of 40, 50. The new V12s are $60,000 to $80,000. They're crazy expensive. So every other trailer manufacturer I've seen puts their trailer lights right there behind the fender. Well, then you've got another 6 to 8 feet where the motor is. Well, that's no good. So we put this here, and I made it so it's stepped. On this particular boat, you'll be able to step right here on this extension, put grip tape on it, and get into the boat. Got a LED lit up license plate mount. Welded this on here. You can stand on this, also get into the boat or reach in. It is set up for guide poles. We'll put the guide poles on it. We got the Carlisle Radial HD tires mounted on these 6-lug wheels. And I really like these wheels because these wheels, you can see the brake and see the pad clearly. And when this is spinning, that light is, very, very bright. You can see it right in there. So this is going to be a really good addition. I did a spread axle. It's a tandem axle trailer. So I spread the axles out, and I always have a beam cross member in the middle. The reason for that is if this tire goes out, now this tire is carrying double the load. And 9 times out of 10, if the tires are nearby and you're sharing a single fender, if this tire comes apart for any reason, it's going to take that tire out. So to keep it from doing that, or to reduce the effectiveness of this tire possibly damaging this one, it's going to have to take out this fender and this cross member before it hurts that tire. At least that gives you a little bit more safety going on down the road. Again, all of these things are features that I've learned from hauling boats across the United States for the last 7 to 8 years. Everything, again, is on stainless steel or brass. Everything's custom smooth bends, all mandrel bends. All the brake hoses are GM truck hoses. So if you have a hose failure, you don't have to look for something that's boat trailer specific. You can go to any auto parts store, get a GM truck hose, and it bolts right up to your calipers. That's one of the benefits of using the Kodiak brand calipers, that these are modeled after a General Motors car, like a Cadillac Cimarron or one of those Sunbirds, Pontiac Sunbirds. These calipers parts for these calipers can be found at any auto parts store, and the brake pads are just a MKD 289. So once you buy a set of brake pads, you got brake pads for life. Free warranty. Well, not free warranty, but you know what I'm talking about. That warranty's good. Any brake pads you buy usually have a lifetime warranty. Put a rubber hose across this brake tube, have it tied down here. We've drilled pocket holes in the bottom of the cross members for the axles. That way the axles will last longer, because any water that does get into them will drain out. And that's another big thing. Make sure we got the cross members covered right there in case the boat gets a little low or something screws up, so to speak. Got washers on all of the bolts, all stainless again. These carpeted bunks are supported on both sides, not just one. That's critical. And then here's another thing. I do not through bolt the fasteners for the bunks. We start off right here, and we use a 5/16 lag bolt, all stainless, on not a treated board, but a regular board. And the reason for that is when you start seeing these loosen up, that means that the wood's getting a little weak. So you start tightening it up and you snug it up. When it won't tighten up anymore, you end up taking these out, and you go back with the 3/8. When you see that the 3/8 are starting to work themselves out, you now got to the point where you can tell that the wood needs to be replaced. It's built in. If you through bolt these and the wood bunk fails, you've now got damage to your gel coat. Bad idea. I also don't support using those Teflon or the ultra high molecular plastic. I just don't believe in those. I don't think that they're good for the boat or the bottom or your gel coat. Anyway, that's just the update. We'll have more later once we get the boat on the trailer. These are the tie-down mounts that were added by Atlantic Marine. We'll have another set of D-rings on here as soon as I find out exactly where everything's got to go. But for right now, tell me what you think. Leave a comment, and God bless you all.